Hello, Flosstube. It's Ken. Merry Flossmas. Merry Christmas. It is Saturday, December 2nd, 2023. And this is my first ever Flossmas, the little bit of week one that we've had going on here. I'm gonna do Flossmas differently from what anyone else is doing because I don't know what I'm doing really. Um, Hey, that keeps it fun. So it's still going to be just kind of a normal floss tube for me, but they'll come more frequently, and you'll see that there's a theme of some Christmas stitching going on. So first of all, just a little bit of update on the past week for me. I flew back to Texas, as you can see, on Sunday. My flight out of DFW was delayed by about an hour and a half. So when I should have been landing in Amarillo at 10, I got there at 11:15ish. Um, there was delays getting our bags off the plane. So long story short, I made it home Monday night at about 2:15 a.m. and the whole week ever since then has just been trying to get over the jet lag that I really was struggling with, even though I was still in the same time zone because of the lateness. Um, and then with a lot of performances that went okay and some less teaching for the semester, um, by the end of the week, I had caught some kind of stomach bug, and so I really just wasn't feeling well. Thankfully, that all passed within like 24 hours, and I'm back to normal and ready to go into finals week. Yeah, more about that in plans. But so I'm here. I didn't know I would be here, but I'm here. Um, Thank you so much for your subscriptions and your comments and your kind words. They've been so refreshing throughout this week. Um, and I'm trying to respond to each of them as quickly as I can. So please know that every comment you leave, I'm reading and appreciating. So I want to start with a finish from back before Thanksgiving, because if you recall, if you saw last week's video, I had finished the Blackwork Heart from peppermintpurple.com, but I left it at home when I dropped all my floss. So here's a look at that project in its completed glory. Um, this is the first time I had done any black work, and I thoroughly enjoyed this project. I liked working on just the little details. Oh, I've got a hanging black thread in the back that I'm gonna have to cut off. Um, Once I got the pattern in, it was okay. Now this section right here, that was the one that when I first stitched it, it just looked like random stitches. It seems now that the stitches have kind of settled a little bit more. And when you pull away from it, you can really begin to see the design. So I'm actually kind of excited about that. I enjoyed this so much that Peppermint Purple has a 2024 SAL that I've decided to participate in. And the way they're running the SAL, it's a free SAL through their website, but um, you sign up, you log in, and there are two layouts that are free. You choose the one you want, and then there's either a muted or a vibrant color palette. Um, and you make your choices. And so right now, what I have is the outline of the box and the colors that I'm using. So I've gone through, picked those up, and this week I'm hoping to start stitching the outline. It is 52 blocks, and so every Wednesday at 8:30 Greenwich Mean Time, they'll publish one block, and it's marked out on the pattern which week. Blah, 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 blah. So yeah, it's this black work was really fast. It was a great thing to start the morning off with. It was pretty easy. Um, and so I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. Sal's have not always been my greatest success. Part of it's been because I always choose the ones that are so large that I need to do massive stitching within 2 or 3 weeks, and I just don't have. I'm not that fast of a stitcher. So, um, so over Thanksgiving, the week of Thanksgiving, you saw that I was working on Madame Chantilly's Fa La 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 La. I continued working on it when I got back to Texas, just because I was pretty close to a finish, I thought. And I thought this would be good to take me into my first Flossmas. Um, so when you last saw it, I was working somewhere in this area. This is hard to do when you can't see it. I had just finished up on him, so I had a little bit more to go over here. I'm happy to say I don't have a finish, but I'm really, really close to a finish. This has been so much fun to work on this week. There we go. So, I got in most of her, especially her skirt and the snow around the bottom, on my first flight out of Memphis, and then by the time I was flying to Amarillo, it was just too dark. Um, the tree, I was actually kind of intimidated by it first. Um, it went really fast and has been a really easy, fun stitch to do. So what have I got left? Well, there's of course you can't see it through, well, you can see it through my hands. There's still the top of the tree to do up here. There's another large snowflake on this side and one of the medium-sized ones. I need to stitch in the ribbon here on the screen package, which is also in white. And there's one more law that's up here. I have made one change to the pattern. All of those gold letters in the fa la la were not actually there. They were originally white. I knew right at the beginning, that I didn't like it when I stitched in this first A, but I forgot. And so I went ahead and stitched this L in white. After I stitch everything, I'm going to go back and rip that out. So it's all there together. So I'm going to keep working on that the first part of this week. I expect either today, maybe tomorrow, I'll have that finished and ready to show you next Saturday, hopefully. More on that in a bit. So since it was the first of the month, that also meant it was time to do a Christmas small or one of my ornaments. So this month I am working on Christmas baubles from Craft with Cartwright. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture of that. I only have the pattern itself. It is a free pattern on the website. And they also have some free ones on their Facebook group as well. This week's, I think, or this month's was a Christmas fairy. So check it out. So Christmas baubles, I just started on the first, and this is what I've gotten done so far. That helps a little bit. At first, I wasn't really sure how I was going to feel about these kind of pastel-y colors, but now that I'm beginning to stitch with them, I'm really enjoying how they look. This pink looks a little more fluorescent on screen than it really is. I'm stitching this bad boy on 32 count scroll from Bestitch Me, and it's a Lugana. I'm not going to need all of this, obviously, because it is so small. You can't really tell. Well, yeah, you can tell a little bit. It has a little bit more of a green cast to it, and there are some splotches of like a purple in it that I like how they're all fitting together and what's going on with that. So that's been my stitching for the week. Um, you notice I didn't do any of the full coverage this week. Um, by the time I got back here, it took me so long to get to the point where I could really focus. Um, and then started feeling ill. I was like, we're just going to leave it. We're going to take a week off and that'll be fine. But I did get some haul and I want to show you all the stuff that came in. First and foremost, well, I shouldn't say first and foremost, but first I want to show you is this beautiful project bag I got. It is enormous, very well made and very soft. It's from justcrossingstitches.com. I don't know that you can see that. Oh, maybe. If I move the ribbon, it'll help. There you go. Focus, focus, focus. Justcrossingstitches.com. Um, it is an 11 by 17 bag. And what I really like about it, it comes all the way down. So it opens on two sides. Uh, Beautiful pink. Good grief, colorblind, you said. Blue polka dot interior. A couple of big pockets on the interior for notions or whatever you need. I got this specifically for the conservatory because of all of the massive floss that was going to have to be held in this. Yeah, so it's a beast. Oh yeah, you want to see the conservatory? Just for laughs. That's about 2.5 hours of work. This is 32 count Ada. Um, I was stitching one thread over one fabrics thread. Um, this isn't happening. I'm gonna stitch the conservatory, no worries about that. But I'm not gonna do it on this 32 count. It's too small. I don't enjoy it. So it's in timeout right now. Only because I sorry for the zipper. I had gone to Memphis, as you know, and thought I would be able to pick up um 20 count gridded Ada without any problem at a local needlework shop. And they didn't have anything in stock. So yeah. So while I was sitting at home the day before Thanksgiving, um I got a 1-2-3 stitch and thought, hey, let's look around and see if they have some sales. And they did. And so I ordered some patterns and kitted something up, and yeah, we'll just see kind of what we've got. So this first thing is it's a set of 6. It's Lizzie Kate 6 Snowbells. Um and so they're little pamphlets, but they come with instructions on how you can stitch them into a single design. Like this, and there's the borders and everything, and the layout is on lizziekate.com. So I went ahead and grabbed that design pattern because that is actually how I plan to stitch these up. So let me show you the 6 patterns so you can take a look at them. So we have Ice Queen, Ready for Snow, Blizzard Babe, Frosty Friends, I love those three snowmen. They're just so cute. Baby, It's Cold Outside. I love that scarf and those birdhouses. I cannot wait for that. And then another great scarf, All Dressed Up. This is not the project I kitted up because when I was looking at it, you couldn't really see the dimensions of what you were going to need to put everything together. The one that I did kit up is another Lizzie Kate. Um, and I need your help. There's always a story. Since I'm about to have a finish on Fa La La, I want to figure out and decide what I'm going to start next and to keep it in the Christmas vein. Um, but I've got two options. I have two projects now that are both kitted up. Um, both that I like very much for different reasons. So first comes Lizzie Kate, and it's her Snowman 10. Let's see if we can get a better look at that. So from the snowman and all of the cute snowflakes, the trees at the bottom, um, and the embellishments that are throughout. So I went ahead and got this is 28 count dirty linen. And here's the floss. I like the colors. I especially love this carrot. I think that's going to be a great thing. Even though there's not going to be a lot of it in there, I like the color. And the white is actually it's Weeks Dye Work whitewash. Um, that's going to show up really well on the sturdy linen. I'm excited about that. So that's one option. The other option, sorry for the package, it is from Stitching with the Housewives. It's an old one, and To All a Good Night. Um, I'm a sucker for houses. The Santa Claus on here is absolutely adorable. Um, and I don't think it's going to be terribly difficult to stitch because of the way that Priscilla designs her things, that it's just one color and it's those great classic color works that just go through. I have the um the 28 count black even weave. I've never worked on black before, so that's been a little bit of a fear. And then I have all of the floss for it. So, what say you? All a Good Night or Snowman 10 from Lizzie Kate? Give me your opinion in the comments below. Um, and you may help sway me on what I'm gonna do. Um, so that's been really quick. It feels like there's been a lot that we've gotten done. I am gonna put all of this stuff away. I need to get some things set up for the worship service that I'm playing tomorrow morning, and it will be my only worship service to play for the month of December. I'm so excited about that. That somehow I managed to get through Christmas season without too many performances. And and sometimes that's a blessing. Um, and so I've got to get ready for that. Um, I need to. We're gearing up next week for finals here at school. So um, I give my one big final on Wednesday, the traditional one. On Tuesday, I'll devote the day to juries for our singers and pianists. So that's like their final performance exam, um, which can be stressful, but they're actually kind of fun if they're prepared for them. Um, then I'll get everything graded, grades turned in by Friday. I have a committee that I'm working on here that I share, that we have a major project due by the end of the week. Graduation is on next Saturday. I wish I didn't have to go, but it is what it is. Um, and then I'm gonna hit the road in my car and start traveling back to Arkansas for the Christmas break. All of that to tell you this. My goal, my intention is to have another Flosstube Flossmas up next Saturday to show you kind of what I've accomplished in the week. It could be late Saturday night once I stop for the night on that drive back to Arkansas, or it could even be Sunday once I get to Arkansas. So give me a little leeway. Think of me as I'm driving. No snow, no snow. Not until I get there, please. Um, and yeah, I hope you have a great week full of wonderful stitching and celebrating the joy of the season. See you next week. Bye bye.